Some strange sounds are described by listeners like trumpets or horns, almost musical in quality.
All right, welcome back to the Conversation Unknown podcast. We're on episode 19. Like to welcome you back. We also like to take a little time because we're right at that edge. We're at 98, and we told you in the past, once we hit 100, that next episode is going to be nothing but personal accounts from us. If you're interested, leave a comment, but please take the time, like, subscribe. Also, we're going to try and start incorporating, if you guys have ideas, you want something for us to look into, or some clips of your own, like you can find us on X, you can find us on Threads, Instagram, of course YouTube. Leave something in the comments. We'll try and pull it up and talk about it. But in the meantime, we're going to give a shout out to all the clips we're going to use. We'll leave the links in the description. Check them out. Give them a like, give them a sub. They're obviously putting out pretty cool stuff. If we're watching it, we obviously think it's pretty rad. So in the meantime, anything you guys want to add? You want to hop into it? Or?
You dropped 100 sub thing, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, dude. We're
Two away, man. Well, all we need is 2 subs. People.
Two more.
You want to hear our stories of what we've been through. We only need 2 more of you, and that next episode will be lit as fuck.
Also, after the 100 sub episode, we started bringing on some quite interesting guests.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we got a guest list. A guest
we
list.
do.
Yeah, we got some interesting things coming. It's warm out, guys. It's warm out. It's getting warmer.
Oh, field trips.
You know what that means? Field trips, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
We gotta hit that sailboat and do the flat earth
yes.
laser trick for Tassel over there.
Yeah, if you guys have any ideas for field trips you guys want us to check out, or dangerous shit to do, or
we're gonna do the sailboat. We're gonna take you to the most haunted cemetery in Appleton, and we're gonna do that at the demon hours at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring voice recorders. We're gonna videotape.
These guys are doing it at demon hour at 3 a.m. I ain't doing that shit.
And he's got his Ouija board.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'll watch from afar, from way afar.
I'll make a robot that can do that for us.
Right, the robot's just going.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, if there's nothing new, let's jump into it. I think Benny, you're kicking it off.
This first one, the Roundhay Garden Conspiracy. This is going to be a surprise for me. I know it was good when I saw it. So yeah, I threw it in the playlist, so I figure it's got to be something worth talking about. So yeah, let's check this out.
Let's do it.
Do you see this right here? This is the Roundhay Garden scene, the oldest video clip of all time, recorded in Leeds, England in 1888. It was filmed by the French inventor Louis Le Prince, who is considered to be the father of cinematography, and from here, the story actually gets really weird. It is now believed that Louis was the first person to invent a motion picture camera, which he did with a single lens, a mechanical hand crank, and paper film. 10 days after this video was filmed, Sarah Whitley, the woman who is walking backwards and turns around, ended up passing away, making her the first dead person ever caught on video. 2 years later, before he had the chance to demonstrate his invention in New York City, Louis Le Prince mysteriously vanished from a train, never to be seen again. 1 year after he disappeared, Thomas Edison files a patent and tries to take credit for inventing the cinema camera. 9 years later, Edison is sued by the American Mutoscope Company, arguing he did not invent motion pictures, and the prince's son, Adolphe, testifies against him. 2 years later, Adolphe passes away under mysterious circumstances, also in New York.
Yeah, so I think it's just that corporate espionage conspiracy stuff where, yeah.
What the fuck are these guys' problem? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude.
Right.
Can we just get some free energy?
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna keep it a stack. We know that Edison has been involved in shady shit. Like when he went up against Tesla, he pulled that whole fucking switcheroo on the elephant trick.
Yeah.
And fucking killed the elephant to try to say Tesla's technology was dangerous.
Got the files, and now Barron Trump's a time traveler.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Field
man.
trip idea 5. build a time machine.
Yes, add it to the list.
Speaking of field trips, remember we got those deprivation. We got float
yeah.
light. We got
the acoustic
decibel, the decibel room.
Yeah.
Where you can't. Nobody can, if you can stay in there for more than an hour, you get $5 million.
Oh yeah, the quiet room.
And then the egg thing that you were talking about. There's one here in Wisconsin, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Awesome.
So we got a list of things we got to do for sure.
Oh.
You guys are just trying to make my anxiety level go like.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's weird. It's like it's the egg thing I can speak for. It's like when you did the sensory tank, when you got out of that, did you feel like a buzz or like a weird sort of calm? Like your mind is clear?
I definitely want to do that again because the first experience was just kind of like not knowing what was really going on. It was like all the way from the beginning, like the room they bring you in, and they just like, here you go, and it's like so. I felt like it was in a movie or something. Like I just walked into some crazy alien rumors. The feeling of it, I can't explain it, but it was really. When I got in the tank and I lay back and I chilled, I guess I gotta do it in another time or two because like I kind of know what to do now, what it's like, but I didn't really get a chance to like let my mind really go.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you, when I did walk out of that motherfucking thing, I have never felt like that before.
Yeah, like not high, not like fucked up or anything, but like clear, was it, or like just different?
It was a feeling of relaxation that I have never felt before.
Yeah, I can relate. That's what the egg thing does, where it's like my mind's usually I'm going a mile a minute, all these things I'm worried about. It's like I still had to worry about shit, but like I was just like one thing at a time. Like there was less noise going on in my head, basically. That was the egg thing, though.
Yeah, we have to do. I want to do those ASAP.
Yeah. Like
soon, real soon, because we don't have to wait for the weather to get good to do that. I mean,
yeah. I got weird vibes from the lady that was running that though. She was like a hippie. Like she looked like she smelled kind of like
she like touch your face and like stroke your hair. And,
like a little bit too touchy feeling. I was just like, felt like I was at like Burning Man
kind of. She wanted your package.
Your aura is so beautiful. It's like purple and pink.
Not pick out her clothes.
We'll have to go. We'll report back for sure. Let's see this next one. Oh, this is a good one. I love this one. Why physicists aren't welcome in Vegas. This is a conspiracy from no other than Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I don't know if he talks about it in this one, but it's totally something that I would consider plausible.
Good question. Do you like him? Do you? No.
Honestly,
you talk an awful lot about it.
He's got some good clips, and that's what he does by design. Personally, I've heard that he's an asshole. I can respect. He's an astrophysicist and he knows his shit, so I can respect that. What I get caught up on is there have been people that have been at venues or whatever that he's spoken at or lectured at, and some people have nothing but the best things to say about celebrities. They're like, oh yeah, Johnny Depp came through and he fucking gave me a $2,000 tip or whatever. Apparently, like, this one person talked to Neil deGrasse Tyson and said that he basically he was making small talk, and he thought he'd be like a little bit nicer, and he was just like, so do you read any books? And the guy's like, I haven't read a book since high school. And then he just kind of like kind of brushed him off, and it's just sort of like, all right, this conversation's done. Yeah, so it's
he seems like a dick.
He's I know he's very out of touch. He's gotten in trouble a few times about being out of touch with, I can't remember exactly what it was, but he made some comments, and he's like a pure scientist where he doesn't really think about social issues that people are going through. Right. Some people can be having a really hard time with like taxes and life and fucking just all this drama, and he's just like, no man, science. Why are you guys worrying about that? And like, life is hard. I just think like
some things, like, I forget what it was. There's a couple times I've seen him that he just like, if you don't agree with him, he's like, really like, I know the truth. You don't know the truth. Right. It's my way or the highway. I don't know. He just But on the other hand, there's been a lot of things and videos when he explains things and he does about stuff.
Right.
Pretty interesting and cool. Like keep you interested. It's, I don't know. He's a dick and he's cool.
Take it with a grain of salt, we'll say.
There's a duality to him.
Yeah, so this one, it's about physicists. So I don't know if you've ever heard this. I'll just let it play and we can talk about it after.
I realized the American Physical Society, they were going to have their annual meeting in San Diego, and there was a hotel snafu, so they had to reschedule. And so Vegas said, we'll take you. The MGM Marina, which became the MGM Grand, we'll take you. 4,000 physicists had their annual meeting in Las Vegas. And let me tell you, as a scientist, especially as a physical scientist, I take some form of probability and statistics every single year I am in school. And so the physicists came to Vegas. 1 week later, there was a news headline, physicists in town, lowest casino take ever. Physicists were told to never return to Vegas.
Yeah, so here's the thing, and he's got another video about this where he tells Joe Rogan's always talking about conspiracy theories. You don't take him as a guy that would be a conspiracy theory nut because he's a pure scientist. But his conspiracy theory is they don't teach probability and statistics in public schools because they want to increase the amount of lottery revenue. Yeah, because his argument is that, like, if you know probability and statistics, if you have to take it as a class, like that, in the physicist visiting Las Vegas alone, that was kind of proof. Like, people that are very well versed in probability and statistics, they don't go to the casino. So, and think of how many billions of dollars every state brings in from the lottery every year. So if you just don't teach that in public school, or I'm not sure about private school, but at the high school level, they could potentially be just promoting, or at least promoting more people to buy the lottery because they're not as familiar with probability and statistics.
They're like, don't ever bring these fucks here again. They will not risk it for the biscuit.
Lowest casino take in history.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Well, I mean, like, I got two things to say about that. Like, I've heard a lot of different things like online, and where rich people are talking about the lottery, and they're like, only stupid or poor people buy lottery tickets, and like, you can take that with a grain of salt because they're already rich, so like whatever. Right. But like, I will tell you, they made that movie 21 about those MIT students that like did that blackjack ring, and that was a true story. Like, right? I mean, so. Yeah, they really don't. If you know what you're doing, they're not too happy about it because the house is supposed to win, and when the house doesn't win,
yeah, you're gonna have a bad time.
They're not getting paid.
Yeah. Let's see. This next one ties into something we were talking about last time. Deep drilling. Right now, this is the current. I know they had the big one in Russia, and I don't think that one's been beaten yet, but this is the next kind of attempt at going deep into the earth.
Like another deep hole?
It's another deep hole, and it's Asia, so like they got resources. It's China, rather, not Asia. So they have resources.
Plenty of parts. They just fucking buy it off Temu.
Yeah, exactly.
I always thought the holes were a little more shallow in Asia.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
China has made a major breakthrough in deep earth exploration with the drilling of a super deep well in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. It reached 10,910 meters, making it the deepest vertical well in Asia and the second deepest in the world. In addition to exploring for oil and gas resources, the well is also designed to advance the study of the Earth's evolution and deep Earth geology. Drilling began on 30th May 2023. It took more than 580 days to complete the drilling, with more than half of the time, around 300 days, spent on the final 910 meters. The well has penetrated 12 geological formations, eventually reaching rock layers that date back over 500 million years.
10,000 meters isn't very far. That's like 2 miles. That's like, the Earth is like 25,000 miles in diameter. Or wait, no, circumference. It's huge. 2 miles, and that's nothing compared to the Russian one. I think that was like way deeper. So I don't know. But didn't you say?
I don't. The Russian one. You know, I just heard something like yesterday or the day before. I was watching something about people drilling holes. Oh, it's about that we live on a flat Earth, and why there's a reason that they can't drill any farther than they have.
They'd fall through.
Ping pong.
Ping pong.
Dude, how cool would it be if you could really like a cartoon drill a fucking hole in the ground, come out on the other side of heaven, and pull your hats like, wow, I'm upside down, bro.
That's America.
There's a good question there though. Like, I don't know a whole lot about bedrock, but I know like what it is. But how deep is that? Like, they're obviously breaking through the bedrock, I'm assuming.
Right.
They're not breaking through the crust.
Is that anywhere near Fraggle Rock?
Yeah. You don't play much Minecraft, huh? That's when in Minecraft you can dig down to a certain level. Once you hit bedrock, that's as far as the map goes. You just can't go further.
Yeah, so like we know the crust obviously is it all bedrock once you hit that certain point? Or?
I think so. And all I know is that once you get down to a certain level, it's like silly putty, and it's really hard to find or drill silly putty. Apparently,
crazy.
Dude, let's just keep going.
Dude, yeah, just keep going, dude.
But I don't want to do it. Like you go first. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, bring the microphone with you. Do the
all gas, no brakes, man. It sucks that they stole that from him.
Dude, that guy's awesome. That shit is awesome.
Dude's awesome. He goes everywhere.
That's the guy. That's
Andrew,
the guy.
yeah.
That's the dude. That's the
man.
dude.
Was it Andrew Callahan or is it?
I think so. Yeah. I've seen the one where he goes to he goes to a flat Earth convention. I think.
Juggalo convention. He was the furry convention.
The furry convention. I saw that one. It was fucking hilarious, dude.
Man.
What is the most memorable interview that you've done?
Probably the Vegas tunnels.
Why do people live in the tunnels?
Well, for one, it's about 10 degrees cooler than the surface of Las Vegas. And secondly, Las Vegas Metro just relentlessly harasses homeless people with vagrancy citations. So it's a place to avoid giving a ticket, taken to jail. There's a community, different tunnels have tunnel leaders, and they control what goes in and out. There's also different tunnels with different levels of regulation. For example, if you go to some of the tunnels that are further up North Town, past Old Vegas, those tunnels are pretty unregulated. But the tunnels where everyone films the YouTube videos are South Strip, in between the Rio and Caesar's Palace.
That ties into we were talking about tunnels and how they've got like a society and stuff for rules and regulations.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
He just kind of
shit.
confirmed it. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna chime in here. I've been to Vegas like 15 times, man.
Nice.
And fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. All right, I've never been in the tunnels myself, but I brought some really bomb cereal with me to Las Vegas because it was my 21st birthday. And wanted to smoke a bowl of cereal. Well, really more of a stick of cereal.
Oh, cereal.
And the maid came in, and because she didn't speak English, even though I was like, no, because I was like trying to do the bathroom trick and like the fans on, spraying cologne. Anyway, I booked it out of there.
Yeah.
And I was staying at the Rio, and I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna finish my cereal and go for a walk. And I'm walking, and like they were saying on like the north side there, or the south, whatever, where you're talking where some of the more serious tunnels are. The further and further I made it, the more and more I realized that I needed to turn back because the levels of graffiti were getting like more and more insane and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just by myself enjoying some cereal, and this was before like Vegas was legal. And like so when it came to stuff like that, they were a little bit harsher about the punishments because it was like, we let you do every fucking thing else here. Don't do this. You know what I mean? And but I will tell you that yes, out by that Rio, it gets a little bit sketchier out there. At least from my experience. Like I don't live there, but I visited there, and the further I went, the weirder it got. And I'm only assuming that there was probably some of those sewer tunnel openings just right over like the next block or two where
For sure.
It was about to get real.
It's like the thing you can't really, well, I wouldn't be surprised now if you could like pay for a tour to like the low level shit, but like probably
I'll fucking Rambo it, dude. Like Ian, I don't need a tour guide, man. I'm just rolling up in there.
Shit. Okay.
Right? Like fuck it. If we do a field trip to Vegas, we'll ton a hunt. Like the audience, if you want us, if we go to Vegas, like as a little team here, we'll ton a hunt for you. Because honestly, I don't give a fuck.
Nice.
Once again, they will tunnel hunt. I will be.
You'll hold the camera.
You'll be at the casino.
I'll be at the casino.
He'll be at the strip club knowing this dude. He'll be at the Bunny Ranch over there. And
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's right. They
one of
have
those
that.
big ass margaritas that are like 2 feet tall.
Yeah. I had a buddy that went to Vegas, and he said they gave him one of those 2 foot tall drinks and gave him like a tiny little straw, and like he's like, what the fuck is this? And he's like looking around, and he asked the guy, he's like, hey man, can I get a, he's like, what? He's like, can I get a bigger straw? And he's like, why? He's like, I don't know. He's like, what do you think, we have long straws here or something? He's like, dude, you give me a 2 foot tall drink, of course I do. And then he's just like, he gave him a really hard time, and then eventually he just,
I know what that was for.
what?
None.
That was for pixie sticks.
Of course, yes, yeah, the other kind of cereal.
You know, you got your Frosted Flakes, you got your Fruity Pebbles, you know.
No, it's just this big Samoan beers. Yeah, giving him a hard time, and he apparently that's the thing. It's like Dick's Last Resort, where they're assholes to you, and then they just
you put dicks and assholes in the same sentence.
Oh shit. All right, let's see. What's this one? Most mind-blowing facts about the universe. Brian Cox.
You said Cox.
Oh shit. Oh god. All right, let's
Apparently Benny's got penis on the mind.
Brian Cox, let's go.
One of the biggest mind-blowing moments, I think, of my limited comprehension of what it means to be a living being was when I found out that carbon and all the stuff that makes us has to come out of a dying star.
Yeah.
Like that alone, that there's this very strange cycle of these enormous fireballs that forge the material that makes Brian Cox.
Yeah. The carbon atoms in our body, that you're right, they all got made in stars because there were just none of it at the Big Bang. There's only hydrogen and helium, tiny bit of lithium to be precise, but nothing else. And so it was all made in stars. And it's probably from different stars. You know, the atoms in your body, they're not all from one star that cooked it and then died. There'll be a mixture of stuff from many stars in your body.
So yeah, carbon. It's in everything, and the only place it's formed is in dying stars, which is crazy. It's like, you know, there's star stuff in all of us, or whatever the saying is. Yeah, that kind of confirms it. And it's like we've never visited a star. We can just observe that carbon is coming off of, or that's where carbon is produced. So it's just crazy.
Cool thing about this show, and this is happening more and more frequently for me, is like I just learned something I didn't even know. That's crazy. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, we're carbon-based life forms. That's the big thing in Star Trek is like there's like energy life forms out there, but then there's carbon-based ones. Those are like humanoids. Every animal that's on Earth is based on carbon, and that's what we're familiar with. But who knows? There might be some energy shit out in the universe somewhere, or even on Earth. Who knows? It's kind of crazy.
All right, Moonbeam. Yeah, but yeah, for sure. No, the 100% everything living does have carbon in it. Like, I know that for a fact. I mean, may have originated with dying stars, but we know that the planet itself has like a deposit of carbon.
Yeah,
because everything that like comes to life on Earth, let's say, is using the minerals and resources and energy that exist within this planet. It's like a self-contained ecosystem.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, the planet's gathered materials through the sun's burning out, and
right. It's crazy. It's a long timeline. A long timeline.
Very cool.
Shifting gears, we got Tony's stuff up next.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to start off with something sweet. We had talked about Keanu Reeves in an episode recently about how cool that motherfucker is. This guy is a real dude. He's got a good soul. So we're going to start off with something sweet.
Nice.
This man could have bought anything, but instead, every day, he chooses one thing money can't buy. This is the Matrix movie star, Keanu Reeves. He was abandoned by his father at the age of 3 and grew up with 3 different stepfathers. He is dyslexic. His dream of becoming a hockey player was shattered due to a severe accident. His daughter died at birth. His wife died in a car accident. His best friend, River Phoenix, died of an overdose. His sister battled leukemia. He travels without bodyguards and doesn't own luxury homes. Keanu lives in a regular apartment, enjoys wandering the city, and is often seen riding the subway in New York. While filming the movie, The Lake House, he overheard a conversation between two costume assistants, one of whom was crying because he would lose his house if he didn't pay $20,000 that day. Keanu deposited the necessary amount into his bank account. Over his career, he has donated large sums to hospitals, including $75 million of his earnings from The Matrix to charities. In 2010, on his birthday, Keanu entered a bakery, bought a brioche with a single candle, ate it outside the bakery, and offered coffee to people who stopped to talk to him. In 1997, some paparazzi found him with a homeless man in Los Angeles, listening to him and sharing his life with him for several hours. In life, sometimes the most broken people on the inside are the ones most willing to help others, because many well-off people
I mean, what an awesome guy. What an inspiration, dude. Like, there's just, man, there's some bad ones out there. There's a lot more bad and good, but it's really cool to see. I mean, how high this guy's made it on the ladder. He still hasn't lost that.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard, as far as possessions, he keeps it simple. Like they were saying, somebody asked him, like, what do you buy? Like, we got all this money from all these movies that you were like just huge in. And he's like, well, I think the nicest thing I have is this like watch. It's a Rolex. But then, he's got like one sports car, lives in a probably nice house, but like I think he just has the one.
They said he lives in an apartment.
Oh shit. Well, there you go.
Yeah, he pays rent, dude.
Damn. Well, I mean, that goes to show, like, you have like one nice car. He's got probably hundreds of millions of dollars.
For sure.
And he's just living modestly, which is pretty refreshing. I think
it's beautiful to see, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'll be honest, I talk about this a lot, and he's always a good example about it, but I'm gonna do my thing like I always do. Everybody has a purpose, and you could argue that his purpose was to entertain, but like I don't think that's his true purpose. Like, and I think that a lot of people, and there's people that I know that have talked about like, well, I went through this, and where was God at this, or they like try to blame God, or they don't believe in God because of some of the things they went through. And like I think a lot of people overlook that people have to go through some of the hardest things that anybody could ever do to have the empathy and love to be able to be a person like that.
Right.
And if you don't understand what like true pain, true losses, just true struggle, you're never going to be able. Yeah, right. You're never going to be able to have that kindness and empathy and like that. Just basically know that it's your time is better allocated talking to this person that could be crazy or could just be left alone, or realize, hey, this $20,000 is going to be save somebody's whole family, right, versus sit in my bank account and for interest for no freaking reason because I don't need it.
Right.
And that's honestly what I get when I see something like this. Is like
a small example. Like within 2 months, I went to an ATM at 2 separate quick trips, and when I came up to the ATM, there was a $20 bill sitting in there.
Really?
Before I actually took my money out. So when I took my money out, I went to the front desk and said, hey, somebody left a 20 in there. If somebody comes back looking for it, maybe you could give this to them.
Right. That's
only because the first thing I thought was, what if this was this person's last $20 bill? What if that's the gas they needed to go get somewhere to visit their dad who's dying of cancer or something? Right, anything, right. You know what I mean? You don't know anybody's struggle. You don't know what position or what situation they're going through. All I know is that if you throw that gum wrapper away when no one's looking, that's the next level of being true to yourself. You know what I mean? Like what the shit that nobody else sees but him. You know, that wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter either way. You know, you get away with it and nobody would even know. But you know. I'll tell you what, to finish that up, after the second time, 2 weeks later, I did that. And 3 weeks after that, a good buddy of mine I bumped to, he's like, hey, I've been meaning to get a hold of you. Here's the $20 you left in the ATM.
Oh, Nice, dude.
Yeah,
Nice, dude.
dude.
That's awesome.
crazy.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome. It goes around, comes around, man. For sure.
You know, I'd love to touch base on that. There was a time not that long ago where I was like flat broke, like no bank account, $40 in my pocket type shit. It wasn't all that long ago. And I was leaving the grocery store, didn't have shit, putting my card away because I always put my card in the thing. There's a fucking designer purse just sitting there. And this purse was heavy because I picked it up. And I, as everybody does, what's in it? I said, nope, not even going to look inside this purse. I don't want to know what's in it. I don't want to know anything. I brought it up to the front counter and I said, listen, all this out in the cart rack. I know somebody's coming back for it because I don't remember what it was. Was it Gucci or?
Oh yeah,
it was a nice purse.
You don't leave it behind.
It was a nice.
Could have popped that off at a pawn store.
It was. It was high end shit.
Yeah.
And anyway, I brought it up there and I said somebody's definitely gonna be coming back for this, and got back in my car and just left. And it's like, don't get me wrong, it's like you see a purse like that and you wonder, hey, what's in it? You know,
right?
They spent $2,500 on a purse. There's probably some cash in there.
Absolutely.
But the temptation I knew would be what made me do exactly what I shouldn't do. And I was like, I'm never looking in it. I'm just bringing it up front. And I can't guarantee that they won't, but at least I know I did my part.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I fucks with you guys, man. Do you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm talking about.
You know, you said shopping cart. That's so crazy. That's what I was gonna say, because have you heard of the thing? There's two types of people in the world. There's people that put their shopping cart away, and people that just leave it right next to their car and fuck off. Dude, I'm shopping cart return guy, because like that sucks. You take up a space, could be a handicap space, could be
100%, man. Like,
it's just chaos.
Wind blows, knocks that into somebody's car and fucks it, dents it, scratches the paint. I mean, come on, like you shouldn't. Put it this way, like if you were able to push that thing around the damn store, you can take the 15 feet to walk to put that thing away.
Yeah.
It's like I just said, saying that I try to live and preach by it is just throwing that gum wrapper away when no one's looking.
Right.
Yeah, that makes it all the difference.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, moving on, fellas. Now, in the next 3 clips, we're going to do, these are all going to be relatable to each other. They're very short. Maybe we'll play them on succession, and then later on, I can whatever with it. But anyway, so we'll play these all 3 in succession right away, and then we'll chat after the 3rd video about it. So what this is I would like to bring attention to the satanic element of the Hollywood elite, the Illuminati-ish type stuff that actually does exist and going on out there. I mean, it's a spiritual war going on in our world today, and it is like bubbling. It's peaking right now. These clips are 3 artists that you see. They say the only way you're gonna get there is if you sign your soul away, and these artists I believe have, and they definitely well, these will show is when they're performing, the devil come out in him. So the first we got Lady Gaga, then we got Beyonce, and then we got Billie Eilish, whatever the hell her name is. So yeah, without further ado.
Whoa.
Look at her eyes.
You won't believe this. Billie Eilish manifests a demon live at her concert. Look at this.
So in the first one, you saw Lady Gaga. No, all you saw was a person walk by in front of the video and her eyes changed. I don't care how like high tech and technical things are with fucking shit with like performances and whatever nowadays. There's no fucking way that you can switch your eyes without touching them. I mean,
yeah,
they went like straight white demon type shit, and then you saw the demon face Beyonce, and then if you watch this Billie whatever her fucking name is, you watch that video a few times and kind of zoom in on her face when she does that. Her back is completely contorting backwards, and her face looks like a fucking demon. We watch that one more time real quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dead eyes.
That's gentlemen.
That's crazy. It's. I mean, yeah, catch it in the crowd like that. I want to see more camera angles from that too, because you know there's a tons. Everybody with their phone, those things for sure.
There's I forget what concert that was. I don't know if it's that Travis Scott concert, but like there was like a force. Oh. Dude, there was like, there was another down. Lady Gaga video where somebody tried throwing something on stage and it just stopped in midair. Like there was a force field around her.
Whoa.
And then there was like the other concert, I don't know whose concert that was, one of these demon worshiping assholes, where like you watched the crowd and it was just like as if the devil like went with his breath and they all went when they all fell over. Like a big fucking wave of them.
I believe you're right. That was a Travis Scott.
Wow.
If I remember correctly. I'll tell you this, man. Like, you know, I believe in this stuff. And
it's real.
When Billie Eilish did that little backflip, and I'll tell you this, I don't know if it's cold down here, but shit, I felt like a cold presence over me, and like I got goosebumps.
Well, yeah.
And I don't know if it's just the temperature down here, but like it hit me like a wave. Like
at first I thought it was just a backbend that they do like at school, but that was like okay, she should get checked.
Like, that's not contortionist a physical impossibility, dude. You could, like, it was okay. Picture this is her back, right? She's up like this.
Yeah,
she was like this,
right?
Like folding in half.
Right. It's like double jointed shit you see kids do with their hands, but like with your back? I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Have you guys ever seen those Mexican face changers?
Yeah.
Dude, like,
oh yeah, wait.
They changed their faces like 100 times in their performance, whatever, how many times is it? But they're like, all they do is go like this. And they're like face changes.
Oh, no. I did see that. Chinese ones. They do it in China.
I might have to bring some footage on that. Yeah,
no. That's a parlor trick. I saw a thing where they debunked that. It's crazy. It's like a spring-loaded thing.
Can you get the video for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I would love to see that.
Because I watched it like 100 times. I was like, how the fuck? And they explained it, and
and I watched like slow-mo versions of it, and everybody's like, what the fuck?
Right, because the way they move and like they shake their head, it's like. When there's motion, even if your eyesight's good, like there's a blur, and they play off of that. So it happens in 1/10 of a second, basically, and it's enough to make the mask change.
So it is a trick.
It is a trick. It's a really good one.
I figured out shit like the carbon thing before, and like this. Up until right now, I thought that was like devil worship or something.
No. I can't explain any of this, but like that is a cool. Because I watched the video. It's fascinating how fast it is.
You can't with your eye. You can't figure that out.
No. It's even with cameras. It happens in like a shutter time. Like, so if you're taking, you need to take high frame rate things so you can catch it, but it's like it's very fast, 1/10 of a second.
All right, well, let's see what we got next here. This is a quick little clip. This is okay. Now we got evil for a second. This is some dude asking some dude just some crazy question, and the answer this guy gives is just like, whoa, this will stop you in your tracks and make you think for a second. Nice. I like this a lot.
Front of it, like we're not recording. It happens. People are people. None of it's intentional. Never attribute to malice what can be attributed to incompetence. It's far more likely that they're all in their own worlds, doing their own thing. They're not paying attention to the world around them. And we all do it every day, whether you're driving, walking down the street. All of our lives are just as complex as everybody else's. Everything you have going on, they have going on. Nobody knows what everybody else is going through. We also need to be a little more self-aware and aware of the world around us.
Quality.
That was deep.
You gotta look deep to find the deep things. If all you ever do in your life is stay at the surface, you'll never find anything worth exploring.
I mean,
out of the blue.
Just, and he's just doing some like, you know, street interview shit for bullshitting. And the guy's like,
just off the cuff, dude. Just, stream of consciousness. That's awesome.
It was awesome. The answer he gave is fucking awesome.
Perfect. It's perfect for sure.
I have seen that clip before, and honestly, I felt the same way as I do now. When I heard him say that, I was like, dude, he unlocked the code.
Right.
It was in a second. Boom.
It's true. I mean, how often, it's probably happened to everybody where you're doing your own thing. You're not trying to be a dick, but it might be perceived as a dick to somebody who's trying to do their own thing, and the fact that you don't even notice them might come across as like an asshole, but it's not your fault or anybody's fault. It just it probably happens to everybody all
he's
the
got
time.
his own things going on. He's just be a little more self-aware. He said,
right,
aware of your surroundings.
Right. One time I looked in my rearview mirror and I don't know, there was somebody behind me just losing their shit. And then I was like, did I do something? I think they were just having a moment, but it was one of those things where everybody's freaked out in their car. It just happens. It's like your sanctuary, but if somebody catches you doing it, it's funny.
If we ever get my daughter on here, we gotta ask her what it's like to drive. Stay with me. I can't imagine what she would say. I'll be picking up some of her friends sometimes, and I'll be in a car. I'll just unleash, dude. Just let loose. They get in the car. I'm like, hey, how you doing? You guys ready for the sleepover? You guys gonna have fun? What do you got planned? And all of a sudden, somebody does something stupid, or I get stuck by everybody. What the fuck? Start riding their ass what's up? You want to get next to him? Say, Skull, pull over, pull the fuck over.
Oh no,
I'll stop, and she'll be looking at me like, Dad, dude. And
all of a sudden, his daughter had less and less sleepovers.
It's funny, I hear about those road rage things. Today a man was shot by another man by a crossbow in an altercation.
Y'all see the mug shot of the dude that ran around the city? Fucking dude, he cut 27 dudes with man buns. He cut their fucking man buns and ran off.
Freaking hero right there. That's a hero.
She's awesome.
That's fucking great.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. The next clip I got here, this is my last clip, and then I got funny ones at the end, but this is a clip of AI was asked to depict and show us what hell is like. If this disturbs you or frightens you in any way, and you ain't been getting right with God yet, it is time. I mean, because if you are, believe this shit is real.
I'm fucked.
This shit is real. Pick up your Bible, dude. Just read the story. Read it once.
I got a Bible upstairs. I haven't read it.
Read it once.
Okay.
Read it one time. It's not going to take you long, man.
So you're going to give us some nightmare fuel here.
This is disturbing because it's tapping into the AI realm. I mean, if anything has ever in history depicted or shown what hell could possibly be it's this AI that's doing it. That shit is evil in itself, man. That is AI showing you what's going on in the AI world. I don't know. It's pretty disturbing. So just a warning, viewer discretion.
Yeah. Oh man,
I don't want to go there.
Can't die. Man, that's hell. Everyone's having a bad time. Even the demons.
No, this is supposed to be the various types of torture depicted in the Bible, but what different things that can happen when you're there.
Imagine being like that. You just can't die.
Ooh. For eternity.
Yeah. I'm gonna have nightmares about every one of those things.
So whoever would like to watch the rest of that, because it goes on for like 8 minutes. It's pretty disturbing. Just right now, what do you guys think? How did that make you feel after watching that?
Don't want to be there. Sounds awful.
I'll tell you this, man. Like,
how'd that make you guys feel?
I'm very uncomfortable.
Dark.
First off,
Yeah.
It was like watching Tool and Rob Zombie make the most fucked up music video of all times, and like purely disturbing. But honestly, one of the things that like came to my mind, because it was depicting like all the different types of torture and stuff that and like you said, you can't die, you know,
right?
You're
That's
eternal
forever.
And
crazy. Oof.
I don't, you guys ever watch the show Supernatural?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Well, it's about these two brothers that like hunt evil, like whether it's Wendigo, Bigfoot, fucking ghosts, vampires, whatever. Well, there's like they start getting into like biblical shit, like where angels and demons and shit start, you know, making appearance. Well, anyway, one of the brothers, like, spoiler alert, sorry for anybody that didn't watch it that plans on, but one of the brothers ends up dying and going to hell because he made a deal to save his brother's life or whatever. And he was gone, and then like he all of a sudden like comes back, and basically he was saved by another angel, like he was pulled out. But you know, like a season or two goes on of like, you know, he just isn't answering questions. He's like, oh, I don't remember. Finally he admits, he's like, I remember. And he like tells a story, and he's like, so every day I was chained up, and a guy would come in and he would dismember me, like peel the skin off me, cut every muscle off me, like to the bones, like every day until I was nothing. And then I would wake up and it would start all over again.
Oh my god.
And it would repeat and repeat. And at the end of it, like, he would say, this can stop if you start doing this for us to other people. And he's like, and because time difference is like, so he was only gone for like a year or whatever in our world, but there he was gone for like, you know, a decade or so.
Oh my god.
And so he said, like, I held out for, I don't remember how many years he says in the show, and he goes, and finally I gave in. I started doing it so that I didn't have to do it, like, go through it myself. And like he's like, but he held up for a really long time. But I was like, damn, like, getting tortured like that is one thing, but imagine having to do that to other people just to not have it happen to you.
Right. Oh, that's crazy. Have you seen Event Horizon, the movie? I know you have.
I haven't.
Basically, it's I don't know if you remember the book Wrinkle in Time. They made a spaceship that can go faster than the speed of light. They take space, and rather than travel over it, they shrink it and then they pass through it, so they can go from point A to point B like instantly. So it's super cool. We can travel to the farthest points of the universe, but one of the times it just loses contact and it ends up like really far away, and they recover. Like, there's a rescue mission that goes and salvages the ship. They look at the logs and they found out the reason that it was gone is it like traveled to hell, and the logs are just people like ripping their eyes out so they don't have to see anymore. It's just crazy. But that reminded me of like the logs that they saw. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, really crazy. Check it out if you want. It's a good movie. It's
a great movie, but hella disturbing.
Dark, yeah.
Like, it sits with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Like that, yeah.
Yeah. This is a shout out to my boy. We're about to enter the Carter Files.
Carter Files.
Normally, I sift through clips and videos my own and pluck out what I want to show on the podcast. But my boy had sent me so many videos on like Instagram Messenger that, like, after looking at them, I'm like, I could use that. Next thing I know, I didn't even have to look for any videos, and I still got a stockpile of crap that he sent me that, like, I might use in future episodes. But
quick comment: if any of you all there want to send us any content you would like us to put on, we'll plug you, and we'll also air that
absolutely.
shit.
Yeah, send it to the Conversation Unknown Instagram Messenger or on X
or Gmail.
Or Conversation
or the Gmail. Just DM or email us, and we'll shout you out. If you don't want to be shouted out, just put anonymous or whatever.
We got you.
We will. We'll check out your videos too, man. We'll comment on them, see what we think. But,
bring them on.
Let's delve into the Carter Files. Let's see what he was into this week.
Let's check this shit out.
Arizona, called Belmont. He spent over $80 million buying 25,000 acres in an area west of Phoenix and west of Buckeye, along with other far-left billionaires, like the guy who owns Diapers.com. Coincidentally, now there's been an increased risk of wildfires in the areas surrounding the proposed sites. And you guessed it, now insurance companies are starting to cancel wildfire policies in the areas. Sounds familiar to something else, but I'm not saying anything. I'm just giving you some facts.
It's becoming I always tell people,
we all know what the fuck
two
this
is a
is.
coincidence, 3 is a pattern, and we're beyond 3 at this point.
Oh yeah.
That's a famous Chambers quote.
Yeah, that's right. No, like the LA wildfires, I think we talked about this, how now that all those people lost their homes, BlackRock is coming in and trying to scoop them all so they can just get the land, that high quality premium land.
Have you guys seen that on Temu, where they sell these these rolls for your roof? This certain blue rolls that's like $100, cover your entire roof, but they're flying off the shelves like hotcakes.
It's like Hawaii, right? Hawaii.
Yeah,
that's where we first saw it. Yeah.
Look at China. Every roof is blue.
Is it?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't know that.
We can test that. We can test that out with our lasers, dude. The lasers we got. We can put a couple different colored balloons and line them all up.
I've seen, dude. There's a video doing it. There's a video of a guy doing it.
Yeah, the blue one won't pop, dude. Yo. You can put a blue balloon inside a clear balloon. The clear balloon will not pop.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Or no, a different color, not the blue one.
It's because it absorbs the clear. It like passes through, but then like the color, it will absorb it. I think blue's probably. I guess it depends on what color your laser is, but still, like
I wonder if it doesn't. It doesn't. Ooh,
blues are cheap.
One of our special guests we got coming. We got that awesome segment for this guest too. Anyway, this guy, you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
You know the special guest.
We
got coming up. You know, anyway, you guys will see. You'll see. But he's got. I thought I had the best lasers around. He's got a fucking laser collection, bro. Dude, wait until you see this guy's lasers. Nice. Anyway, that sounded weird. Wait till you see this guy's laser. Anyway,
files. What do we got here?
The basic building blocks of climate engineering are to saturate the atmosphere with electrically conductive light scattering particles and polymers, particles like aluminum, barium, strontium, manganese. These particles are then manipulated with extraordinarily powerful radio frequency microwave transmissions that can heat the upper layers of the atmosphere like the ionosphere, that are used to create pressure zones that steer upper level wind currents, which then steer weather systems. These particulates, when they are manipulated with these frequencies, can literally move air masses. This is an integral part of climate engineering that is not known or being acknowledged by many. Extraordinarily powerful and dangerous radio frequency microwave transmissions.
Check this out. Like, we all know chemtrails are real. Like, at this point, there's no argument.
And on that note, gotta give props to my man Chambers right here for breaking the code on the glitter conspiracy. My man.
Right.
Man.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, dude. Man.
Look at those materials they just listed. But anyway, like,
dude busted the code.
Not only do we have, and a lot of those materials are also like bad for your brain and stuff. Think about all the people that have dementia and stuff. They talk about like this can lead to Alzheimer's. This could Anyway, but we've seen the map about them radiating this and everything. Now, I started thinking about this after I watched this clip, and I was like, I don't know about you guys in your life, but not that long ago, when I started having some of my own health issues, started getting mad pressure in my ear, both my ears, gives me dizziness, and I've heard like so many people having an influx of migraines and like sinus issues. Think about that with like different types of pressure that they're creating.
Right.
And
absolutely.
I don't know, at least to me it makes sense. I'm good, thanks, man. But plays out to me, because I'll tell you, like, every single day it seems like my ears have some level of pressure in them, and like I know that I could just have Meniere's disease or whatever, like, but all these other people that I've been talking to have been talking about having like migraines and these weird ass headaches and shit, and they don't have like a history of migraines. So I'm like, you used to having like you get these a lot, and they're like, no, like, but lately I don't know, man.
Dude,
pressure in the atmosphere, man.
I mean, yeah, that could be. The other thing is that just thought of, and I forgot about it until just now. I bought one of those ear cameras. You know, you put it in and it's got the camera light. I'll let you borrow it if you want to stick it in your ear to see what's going on.
I want to do that.
Yeah, it's cool. I didn't have as much wax as I thought I would, but yeah, I mean, it reminds me of, remember we saw that radar, I think you may have brought it up, the radar image of the fucking Mayan calendar. It showed up back
that
in
was
the day.
episode 1.
Yeah, that was episode 1. Yeah, for sure. It just kind of reminded me of that, like, I mean, that looked like there was some sort of pattern in there, so I don't know. Yeah,
man. Well, the stations are strategically located and shit, so but anyway, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to extrapolate out of that, but I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving on.
I know y'all are gonna love.
All right.
All right, well, I was just minding my own business, looking at Google Earth, and this big snow-covered monstrosity is staring me in the face like, why is that covered in snow? I look into Ireland and some other areas around it. Iceland. Ireland gets snow only once a year, one day a year. So I keep digging a little bit deeper. Let's see what this one's got. So this one here said, roving the Arctic. So what is that? Doesn't make any sense. So pop in here. See if we can find anything.
Oh yeah, I saw
Again,
this.
same kind of mountains. That looks like the same kind of water I've seen before that I thought was water on Mars. Who knows? Zoom in. What's that? Oh, nothing. Just looked like it was funny. So I'll keep kind of going through here and see if it... What the... Yeah. So, I think I found out where Mars is, guys. It's just about 1,000 miles north of me. Not quite the distance that NASA says, but I can't find anybody who's in charge of this. They must be hiding behind these rocks. Oh no, there they are out in front of everybody, just standing there. Lovely. Clown number 1, clown number 2, and clown number 3. Yeah, just very empty here. Oh, there's one of those ATVs. All right, now we're on to something. Oh, I got another truck. Oh yeah, it says NASA. What's that say? Mars Project?
Well.
Gotta test them out somewhere. You can't just make them and not drive them around rocky terrain. That's all I'll say.
So, like, that's wild as fuck, though, because
funny.
They're trying to say, like, it's an Antarctic rover, but it's in Greenland. Or
It's just like
outside of Greenland.
It's just like the spacewalks, man. It's all done in a pool.
And I mean,
they test and they train.
And I'm
in the
not
pool.
impervious to the idea that they do got to
Hey, come
test
on.
these things, right? Like, I get that, but it's interesting because the landscape looks a hell of a lot like the pictures we've seen.
It looks exactly like it,
Exactly.
dude.
And isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
That's why they picked it. They're not gonna pick a forest because there's not forest on Mars. They're gonna pick a rocky area.
Put a little
Man, why
tinter
you
in
was
there,
playing
put a
the
little
devil's
tinter in there,
advocate? Why
make it a
can't
little
you just,
reddish
like,
looking.
Why are you playing the devil's advocate, man? Why can't you just be?
I gotta be the voice of reason. I gotta be the opposing voice sometimes. This is where my mind goes
That's
to
cool. Yeah,
naturally.
no, it's cool, man. It's cool because I learned a lot of shit from you. So,
Oh,
Likewise.
This one was definitely out of the Carter files, specifically for Tesla. I guarantee it.
All right. Nice.
Now, as you can see here, the sun rays are coming out right here to the left at around a 7.2 degree angle. Now, right here in the middle, they're coming straight down. Now, when you get back over here to the right, they're coming back out at a 7.2 degree angle. Now, a little bit of calculation would show that a 7.2 degrees on each side coming up to a perfect triangle puts the sun at about 4,000 miles up into the sky. All the ancients knew this. Now I'm going to prove that to you really, really quick. Here I have a piece of cardboard that I have cut the edges out perfectly. Now, over here we have a flashlight, which we're going to use as our sun source. Now, let's go over here and turn the light out. Notice that the shadow of the edges of the cardboard are parallel with each other. That would be 93 million miles away. They'd all be parallel with each other. Now, let's watch what happens to the shadows of these edges when I move them in close to the light source.
mm-hmm.
Now,
There you
about
go.
right here is a 7.2 degree angle. Now, if you don't understand this, apparently you failed science and physics. This right here proves that the sun is only about 4,000 miles up in the air. So that's the only possible way to get crepuscular sun rays. And as you can see, when I move the cardboard away, the light on the floor is a perfect triangle leading up to the light source. And like I said, the ancient Egyptians knew this for thousands of years.
You know what? I don't even want to explain this. I want to let Benny do it because I know he's itching too.
No, so it's like you see there on the where it's just like that's how they say it should be, but parts of the cloud are blocking it. So that means that it's got to take a path through the clouds. So in this case, I think that it's just the path that it's taking just happens to be pointed out. There's probably another formation of clouds where it could be pointed in or straight down.
I feel that.
I think it just depends on the cloud.
Even though, like, cloud is like moisture.
Yeah.
Right. So then it's reflective too.
Yeah, it'll
Right.
refract though.
It'll do all sorts of crazy shit, rainbows and shit.
Yeah.
Rainbows and shit.
Bouncing that shit around.
Rainbows at once, man.
You ever seen 2 rainbows on weed, man?
What are they doing there, man? But yeah, I mean, and I think, like, you know, the other thing that gets overlooked in that is that being that the sun is so large and so far away, and that we also have atmosphere. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, there's the atmosphere.
Kind of like lens effects.
It's invisible, but it's doing all sorts of crazy shit to keep us safe from all that crazy shit that's going out there, the radiation and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Here's your boy. This will be another one I think Taz will get a kick out of.
Is that what's his name?
It was like Joe Rogan and shit.
No, his friend Eddie
Bravo. Yeah.
He's a trip, dude.
He is, man, and he won't back down. He's
yeah.
All right,
feels he's right, and that's just it.
All right, here we go.
It takes a year to go around the sun. It takes a year. It takes 6 months to get to the sun. This is what they're telling us. Our planet is going around the sun. It's daytime on the part of Earth that's facing the sun. Nighttime is always on the outside. We got all these stars over here that we're seeing at night. 6 months later, we're seeing all those stars, right? So there should be, every 3 months or 6 months, there should be a different set of stars.
Constellation, yeah, I was telling you.
We shouldn't see the same constellation.
See the same constellation every time.
Why do we see the Big Dipper
every night?
Every night.
I'm with that, dude. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not fully on the flat Earth side here, but that doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me.
What I want to do is just see a time lapse, because those are always cool to me, like where you can see the time lapse of like the night sky moving really slowly. So it's and it does change.
It does, but not like that. Like, here's the thing:
it may change for like a little degree here and there from what you guys are saying has changed. That's just bullshit.
That's what I'm saying.
We see the same fucking shit every night, every fucking night, every night.
The night sky was different.
Yes and no. Like, so, like, for sure, I can see the same constellations like every day of the year. But where they're located,
this goes back to my corkscrew theory. Like, okay, we're corkscrewing through the Earth, also corkscrewing around the sun, where the whole solar system's corkscrewing. It's corkscrews within corkscrews. We see the same shit. I mean, we're not gonna be able to see it like from up here or down there.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. That whole corkscrew thing to me, like, I'm not fully convinced to that.
Well, if you can't believe that, then you can't believe the rest of the bullshit they've been feeding you.
If you shut the fuck up, you hear that I'm more leaning towards you than anybody else. But what I'm trying to say is that I always can see the same constellations in the sky, but they're not always exactly positioned in the same spot. Like when autumn rolls through, Orion is way more prevalent than it is like during the warmer months or even the winter months. It's like Orion is like, that motherfucker's right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that I can't still see the other constellation, like you said, like the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, all those things. They're always still there. And that really doesn't make a lot of sense to me when it comes down to it. So
yes.
Yeah.
There's an app called Star Map. We'll bust that out sometime. That's a cool one.
Yeah.
All right.
What you see here is a Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 injection when it was first put on a slide. And in the background, you see all of these blinking lights and extreme activity. This is 100 times magnification. And here you see that something is self-assembled that we call microchips, because we have done studies that these microchips are actually emitting what's called a MAC address phenomenon.
Tell us what the flashing dots are in the background.
This is what's called nano and micro robots. They are communicating with each other via light signal, and they are collaborating to self-assemble these larger structures that are microchips. And so this is in the realm of self-assembling nanotechnology. Here you see a micro robot emitting blue light. Here's another one. This background swarming is what I've seen in the human blood, and I will show you later images of that. They did analysis of COVID-19 injection and found 54 undeclared chemical elements, including fluorescent graphene oxide. And I have documented the fluorescence phenomena in the blood and with this technology extensively. I've looked at many childhood vaccinations now under the microscope, and they have the same self-assembling nanotechnology. Richard Hirschman sent me embalmed blood of a vaccinated individual who had been deceased for 8 months before. I got these vials in June of 2023, and you can see here the same filaments. And this is a video of ongoing self-assembly within this embalmed blood. And what you see here are these mice cells, and they're filled with the same blinking lights that I showed you earlier in the COVID shot.
What do you think about that shit?
I don't trust a word that lady was saying.
That's why I started laughing at the beginning. I'm like, I can't with the way she talks. Like, it's just like,
dude, look at all this shit. All the people that from them shot, the crap they pulled out of them, dude.
If they can do nanotech like that, they should be able to solve cancer, which would be cool. It'd be a way cooler thing.
Did you get the vaccine?
I got my vaccine. Yeah,
Dude,
absolutely.
like
you got the
fucking-
COVID shot?
Oh, I got the mark of the beast, dude.
he's like octo boosted.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the vaccine for sure. I got all of it.
Damn. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
He's got the
Should've
HIV now too. He
gotten the
doesn't even
vaccine,
realize it.
dude.
No, but I guess it's just cool to, have somebody close to you that you could be like, how you feeling, bud?
Why do you think I sit on this side of the table instead of where you do?
Yeah, what's going on?
This kind of rolls into it.
Let's see here. Let's
This
check
is
this
some
guy
funny
out.
shit. This is, to me, this is funny.
All right.
Yes, the COVID-19 doesn't exist. What does COVID-19 stand for?
A certificate of vaccination ID.
What does 19 stand for?
What, Dr. Day?
It stands for AI, artificial intelligence.
Wow, 1 in 9.
1 in 9 for...
I had to throw that, like when he sent me that shit, I was like, I don't know if he's keeping it real or not, but this shit is funny as fuck.
All right.
The agenda.
All right, switch it up.
Now, the world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Well, common sense would tell you if you have a man standing in front of you saying he's going to reduce the world's population by 10 or 15% using vaccines, what does that mean to you? It means somebody's going to die because you put a vaccine in them. It doesn't mean you're going to save people. That's pretty much common sense in my brain. But yet I saw him say it. He said it. And here we are. I don't know. I'm just, here we are. I'm now an anti-vaxxer. I wasn't before.
I had to, like, dude, his commentary on it was golden. Like, he's like, well, common sense will tell you.
Well, straight up, man. I mean, fuck. Hey, I'm going to reduce the population. We're going to give you these vaccines. Yeah, I don't know.
Control the food, control the medicine. Fuck
That's
them all.
fucking Fauci, dude. Okay, speaking of Fauci, real quick, it's something funny. You guys see that guy making faces behind him when he was getting questioned about his family, and he was like, Fauci was telling his stop story.
I didn't see it.
And Congress, and then there's this guy in the background going, like behind him. And then dude got interviewed just recently at the CPAC, the Republican little get together.
Oh yeah,
because the guy was running around in an ice outfit.
Oh
And then a reporter came up to him and was like, "Do you think that's funny? Wait, are you an ICE agent?" He's like, "No, $29.99 on Amazon." She's like, "Do you think that's funny?" He's like, "Hell yeah! I go to fucking Home Depot and it's They hit the road. They fucking run like crazy. Anyway, nice. So we're gonna get to some funny clips here. Just to wrap the show up. This first one is pretty funny. Pretty funny. Let's laugh. We just went through some pretty disturbing videos and some fucked up shit. So let's giggle for a second.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's go.
Hey Anna, remember you told me I was gonna be a nobody and a drug addict? Look at me now. I got a nice car, looking good.
Fantastic.
That's good.
Right. Dude thinks he's fucking flossing. Right. All right. This is a pretty funny one. This kind of hit me in the heart, pulled on my heartstrings a little bit because I got little ones about this age, little dudes, and this is funny, and it's one of the greatest parts of being a dad. I think this is what it's all about.
Hey, undercover, Agent Sanders. I've been telling you for a while. Sir, please. No! Pull over the car! Pull it over now! Pull over the car! I'm not gonna ask you again! Yeah, we got it! He's rolling down Interstate 15! He's northbound! Pull over the car! Hey! I got the guy. Pull over.
Oh man, there's nothing better than hearing a kid laugh that hard.
Right? No, it's beautiful, man. I don't know. This reminded me of my boys. So,
awesome.
All right, next we got one. All right, this is good. It's short. Let's roll.
Hey, I know you're about to go have a good time with your friends, but you better come back the way you're leaving. What are you, Kevin?
That's good. All right, okay then. I'll come back the way I left.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then that's my final one, guys. You watch a girl get ready. A good technique here. Figure it out.
What are you doing?
Break the code.
What are you doing? Nothing.
Genius.
Really, he hacked it, dude.
Yeah, he hacked the hack. It's a super hack.
It's awesome.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Nice. So that takes us to the end of the links, boys.
There you go. You guys got any parting words?
We got a special episode coming up, I feel, next, because we are at 98 subs, and I'm pretty sure we're going to hit that 100 mark. We got exclusive content, stories.
Do the damn thing.
Yeah, hit the damn button, yo.
Yeah, like, subscribe, all that shit.
Yeah, and once you open that door, we tell our personal story, we get real with it, and we give you this episode we've been promising. Then we got special guests coming through, then field trips are coming right over. Let's do this. Let's make it happen,
being that 100th sub and knowing that you kicked off the next episode, knowing that it was you that pulled that trigger.
Yeah, buddy. You know what? And if you are that 100th subscriber, shoot us a DM. We want to know that. That also
Tony's
goes for the rest of you.
that video for you. You do it.
That also goes for the rest of you subscribers that have been with us this long, showing support. We love you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're making this happen.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride.
So again, shout out to all the links. They'll be in the description. Go check them out. Like, subscribe. Hit the like and subscribe on ours. This is wrapping up episode 19. You caught us live. Thanks for being here. Otherwise, it'll be edited and up on YouTube in the next few days. But until then, we love you.
Yo.
Thank you.
Yeah, peace.
Conversation unknown.